I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for joining me for Breathe. Let's take a moment and let's just do exactly what the vlog says. Let's just breathe. I'm so glad that you tapped into the video today and you are here for this vlog. I'm excited. I'm excited what Fresh Start for Her is about, what Fresh Start for Her represents. For those that do not know, Fresh Start for Her, the her and why it's capitalized, it stands for His Everlasting Restoration. And so, yes, when you get me, when you get Fresh Start, you get the essence of everything that's everlasting about God's restoration. And so, just to introduce you to a little bit before we get into what we're going to talk about real quick today, I just want to let you know that yes, I am a therapist who believes in evidence-based therapy, and I also believe in biblical principles and biblical counsel. And so I give my clients the opportunity to indulge in both to come out with a great opportunity for restoration. Or either if you are just there for biblical, I'm here for it. If you're here for evidence-based, I'm here for it. I'm your girl. So one thing you'll know is that I'm a very real person. I'm very laid back. And so these videos are not going to be precipitating big words and doctoral theses or anything like that. They're just a moment to encourage you to become the authentic you, to become your best self. I had a client the other day that really blessed my soul, and we've been in therapy for a little bit, and she said to me, I am attempting to be the best me for me. And that blessed my soul to hear her say that, because outside of everything else that we have going on in life as women, we first have to be our best self for us, right? And so that's what Best Her is all about. That's what Breathe is all about, is having these little moments. I may share stories with you. I may share some of myself with you. Just depends. I may share moments of words from the Lord with you. I may share, like today, we're going to talk about strength-based therapy. We're going to talk about strategizing and having a strength plan, and exactly what is strength-based. And I'm sorry, for those that do not know, welcome. I am Dr. Tracy Gibson. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm also a licensed graduate and master social worker. I'm licensed in the state of Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Alabama. And so I am here just to share some nuggets with you and have some good moments where we can, as women, downtime. Hey, and fellas, if you want to jump on and you want to be a part, I'm here for that too. But just want to talk to my ladies today. And a lot of people always ask, why do you say hello, beautiful? Not only are we these beautiful creatures that God has created, and we're beautiful in our own right and in our own ways, I'm actually speaking to your soul. So when you hear me say hello, beautiful, I'm actually talking to your soul, that beautiful soul that God created you to be, that authentic you. That's who I'm speaking to. That's who I'm pulling on. That's who I'm talking to, okay? So beautiful. Let's talk about strength-based therapy. Let's talk about strength-based, period. Strength-based, what we really are talking about is helping a client move from the situation or the cause of something, or the trauma, or the anxiety, depression, whatever we're dealing with together. We're helping you refocus the way you think. So yes, it could be put into the cognitive behavioral set, where we're cognitively getting you to think differently, but specifically honing on your strengths, the things that make you who you are, the things that can give you that self-esteem that you need, the things that can give you that confidence that you need to move forward. With strength-based, we're not focusing on weaknesses, we're not focusing on faults, we're not looking at, even the problem itself. I always tie strength-based along with solution focus and everything. So with strength-based, it's to help you. So you're having thoughts. Let's think about overthinking. You're having thoughts that tend to lead you to think that you're not enough. You're having thoughts that tend to make you think that you're not accepted or you're rejected. You're having thoughts of even not having good self-esteem, not having good self-worth. When we focus in on the strength base, we're looking at the underlying things that make you, your kindness, your ability to learn. If you love learning, that could be a strength. If you are very social aware, like myself, that's a strength. Are you a forgiving person? That's a strength. Do you have leadership skills? That's a strength. Are you optimistic? That's a strength. And some people, we have to try to teach you to be optimistic, but we'll get you there. Your spirituality, that's a strength. Are you curious? That's a strength. Curiosity is a strength. It really is. What are you curious about? Because if you're curious about it, then you can find tools and you can use those tools to push that curiosity and to help you become a better you, or even feel better about the things that you're going through. Let's take curiosity real quick. Okay? Curiosity. If you're curious as to why you're always overthinking, we'll use that strength to push you to look into different things. I will use that curiosity to make you look inside and see why you think the way you think. I will use that curiosity to push you to research. I will use that curiosity to push you to question your own self, your own motives, your own intentions, and different things like that in therapy. And so your strengths really can help you hone in and put you in a better place than trying to focus on the weakness. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Your weakness or our weaknesses, and I really don't like that word, but the things that we find that bring us to places of weaknesses and doubts and different things, if we totally focused on them, then we're not really solving the problem. We're feeding that a lot of times. And so sometimes we have to move on our strengths and not just so much what the root cause. Sometimes even if I'm working with a domestic violence survivor, I'm not so much focused on the issue of the violence that went on, but I want to help her rethink and capture and even understand her strengths, or understand your strengths, so that those are the things that are driving you. Those are the things that are pulling you and leading you and guiding you, and not so much. Now, yes, we do have to get to the root. I know I got people out there. I can hear you. I can hear you already. You're like, but you got to get to the root of everything. If you don't get to the root of everything, guess what? Your strength gets to the root of that thing. Your strength gets to the root of it because it says that I'm stronger than that root thing. For me, one of my strengths was always leadership. I always found myself as a leader. Like even when I was 5 years old, I remember getting in a fight on a bus. I love telling this story. I remember getting on a fight on a bus at 5 years old with a sixth grader in elementary school not because I was aggressive, not because I was passive aggressive or any of those things. That came later in life. But I remember getting in a fight with this guy. Yes, it was a guy. I got in a fight with this guy because I had a little friend. Her name was Candy. And he just continually picked on her. And she didn't know how to stand up to herself for him. And so what I did, and what I find myself often doing, I stood up for her. And I found that focusing on that strength of leadership helped me to stand up for other people. And it helped me to not look so much as to what I thought I was lacking as a person, or what I was lacking, even going back to that 5-year old as being that small little girl. But somebody needed me, and somebody needed me to step into the role of being able to be kind, be brave, and be a leader in that situation. And so when he would not, take cues from, hey, this is not how we treat my friend doesn't like this, then yeah, I aggressively turn to violence. But I don't want you to turn to violence. I want to be able to teach you different strength things about your strength so you don't have to turn to violence. But what am I saying? In all, I'm saying that we can tap into the things that are powerful about us as women, that will draw us away from what we feel are negative things, that we feel are weaknesses. So I want to challenge you as we close this little video out. I know it's quick. It goes fast. I told you they're just nuggets. And I never, as it says in our opening, I never want this to replace therapy for you. I suggest you find a therapist, somebody that's educated. If you feel like focusing on your strengths and working from a positive and encouraging place, a place that's going to praise you, a place that's going to encourage you, a place that's going to empower you, I would suggest finding a therapist that understands strength-based techniques, strength-based therapy, and can help you rethink the way you look at some things. And see forgiveness as a positive strength. See, things like your humility as a positive thing. But I do want to leave you with a challenge, right? So, in this challenge, for just 1 week, I want you to try this, okay? Every day for 1 week. It could be this week, it could be next week, but I need you to try it, all right? I want you to try this self-based technique that I try with some of my clients. And if I could, I'd pass you the worksheet that goes with it. But I want you to do this. I want you to sit down and I want you to think of just 2. I know you have so many more, right? I know you have thousands of strengths out there. But I want you just to focus on 2 strengths, just 2. I want you to focus and I want you to pick and I want you to say, what are 2 strengths that I know about myself? And if you can't think of those 2, then I think it's time that you really get in with a therapist or a life coach or somebody and see if they can help you discover what those strengths are. But I want you to think of 2 strengths that you know you have, right? I said I know leadership is one of mine, and I know social awareness is one of my strengths. Find 2 strengths, and I want you for 1 week, I want you to use those strengths, right? I want you to write them down. Get you a journal, get you paper, whatever you need. I want you to write them down, and I want you to create a plan of how you're going to use those strengths. And I want you to use them every day for that 1 week. Use them in new ways, use them in old ways, however you need to use them. Use them with family, use them at work. But I want you to the main thing is to be intentional. I want you to get up that day and say, today I'm going to use my creativity as my strength of creativity. And today I am going to create, and then write it down, and then write out how you're going to follow through with that. Be strategic, how you're going to follow through. Today, I'm going to do blase, blase. And this is what I want to feel from the result. And let's see if that won't be a positive step. It's not the full step, but it's a step. If it won't be the positive step to moving forward in positive thinking, moving forward in understanding who you are, moving forward and being your authentic self. I'm here to tell you, being authentic and having high self-esteem, that's because people understand their strengths and they use them frequently. They use them. So that's why I'm trying to get you to use it for a whole week each day. And you can rotate. And if you're feeling brave, you can use both strengths every day. But I want you to focus on your strength. And I want you to believe in yourself. Because beautiful, there is nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. You are light. Everything about you is beautiful. Everything about you is encouraging. no matter what anybody has ever said to you before. Your strengths. Your strengths. Use your strengths. Believe in your strengths. Believe in who you are. Be intentional. Be purposeful. And remember, seek out a therapist if you need some assistance with any of that. Thank you for joining me for this brief moment. And let's breathe. And let's continue to breathe together. So, this is our first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought something. It goes real quick. I talk real fast. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up on my email. You can always visit our website at freshstart H is in hotel, S is in Sierra, V is in Victor.org. And you can email me. You can contact me. If you like to see subject matters, different things, like I want to talk about self-control, I want to talk about humor, I want to talk about spirituality, I want to talk about forgiveness, I want to talk about a lot of things in these quick episodes. Send us a message, inbox us, messenger us on Facebook or Instagram, and say, hey, could you just give a brief nugget on this subject matter, or could you brush across and briefly talk about this real quick with us? We're here for it. Now, sometimes I'm going to be in my office. Sometimes I'm going to be in my living room. Sometimes I'm going to be outside. I don't know where I'm going to be. But I hope you join me wherever I am. Remember to breathe and take it in stride. Thank you, beautiful. I'm not the mistakes that I